Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to review and do an informative retell for Lesson 21, Penguin Chick from Second Grade Journeys. We're going to do a modified turn and talk routine where I ask two questions for each of the four events or pictures in the book. And after I ask the questions, you're going to think about your answer. And then you're going to pair up, either I'm going to be your partner or you're going to pair up with someone at your home. And then you're going to share out with your partner or share out for me. So let's review our vocabulary words for penguin chick. Webbed, toes or fingers joined by skin, skin connecting toes or fingers. Number 2 is waterproof, does not let water pass through, safe from water. Number 3, steer, control the way it moves, determine the direction of traveling. Number 4, whistle, sharp sound, high sound made by blowing air. Number 5, otherwise or else in a different situation. Number 6, junior, young, not an adult, junior. Number 7, slippery, greasy, smooth or wet. Slippery. Number 8, finally, happens after a long wait, finally, at the end. Okay, here's our learning target. I can tell the main topic and key details of the text Penguin Chick using pictures and words. Read it again with me. I can tell the main topic and key details of the text Penguin Chick using pictures and words. I can listen and take turns when I'm having a conversation about the text. I can listen and take turns when I'm having a conversation about the text. Success criteria. How will you know you're successful at meeting those two learning targets? Well, here is our roadmap to reaching the top of our learning mountain. I will, number 1, answer the talk about it questions. Number 2, I will circle the author's purpose of the passage. Number 3, write what the text is mostly about, the most important thing. I will write or match what the author wants us to learn. And 5, write or match 1 to 2 detail sentences to each retelling picture. So if you have a partner at home, here's our turn and talk rules. Your eye, number 1, eye to eye and knee to knee. Number 2, first person talk, one person talks and the other person listens. So make sure, if I'm your partner, make sure you're listening to the question I ask and listen to the sentence stem and say the sentence stem. And then when it's your turn to talk, I want you to talk in a complete sentence. I, of course, can't hear you, but I want you to say it out loud. Don't talk too long or you will run out of time. So once I say an answer or your partner has an answer, say to them whether you agree or disagree. And you can use the sentence frame. I agree with you because, and say why. Or I disagree with you because, and say why. Or I agree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because, or I disagree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because. And don't worry if I can't hear you, I still want you to share out. So here's our first detail. And if you were to look in the Journeys text, it would be on reread pages 213 to 214. And if you look closely, note, what do you notice or see? And number 1, the first question is, what has just happened in the picture? What has just happened in the picture? And here's our sentence frame. A female emperor penguin, a female emperor penguin A female emperor penguin just laid an egg. If you notice right down here in the brood patch on top of the webbed feet, a female penguin just laid an egg. Number two, what does the penguin father or mother do to keep the egg warm? What does the penguin father or mother do to keep the egg warm? The penguin parents put the egg on. The penguin parents put the egg on. The penguin parents put the egg on their webbed feet and also in the brood patch, which is kind of like a warm sleeping bag. And that's how they keep the egg warm. Because remember, if it goes off the feet, it will freeze to death. The second detail, look at closely at the picture, what's going on there. And this, if you were to reread the pages 215 to 216 in the Journey's second grade textbook, number one, where are the mother penguins going in the photo? And why are they going there? Where are the mother penguins going in the photo and why are they going there? They are going to because. So make sure you answer out loud in a complete sentence. And you can use my sentence frame if you want. They are going to because, well, if you remember, they're going about, what is it, 3 miles or so to the edge of the ice, to the water, so they can get food for themselves and for their baby. Because where they hatch their egg, back where the dad is with the egg, there's no food because it's all ice. So they're going to the water to get food because the baby, and then they're going to come back and give the baby food. So, number two, describe how the penguins are moving in the photo. How are they moving in the photo? They are, and remember, I'm reading the sentence frame and you're finishing it. Make sure you say it out loud and say it in a complete sentence. They are moving on their bellies. They're tobogganing, they're sliding because it's oftentimes faster to toboggan instead of waddle on their webbed feet. Number three, here's our third picture and detail. What are three things that the mother penguin does when she gets back? What are three things the mother penguin does when she gets back? And if you were to go back and reread this on page 220, you would find the three things. So you can say the mother penguin, number one, what does it do? Mother penguin two, and the mother penguin three. What are three things the mother penguin does when she gets back after her long trip? Well, if I remember correctly, the mother penguin greets her baby penguin with a trumpet. She calls to her penguin and her baby, and the baby remembers her, and the baby squeaks back, and then the mother feeds the baby, and the mother, I know later preens the baby and makes sure to fluff the feathers to keep the baby penguin warm, or the chick warm. And here's our final oral and retelling picture card. If you were to go back and reread page 224 to 227, we get information to answer these two questions. Why can't the penguin chick swim and hunt as soon as it is born? Why can't the penguin chick swim and hunt as soon as it is born? The penguin chick can't hunt and swim right away because the penguin chick can't hunt and swim right away because well, the penguin chick can't hunt and swim right away because it doesn't have a waterproof coat. It has that down, the fluff, and it would freeze to death. And it's still too young to feed itself, and it has to still learn how to swim and have a waterproof coat. And the second one, and I should have put a two there, when can the penguin chick hunt? The penguin chick can hunt when the penguin chick can hunt when the chick can hunt when it is a junior penguin or when it's older than a junior penguin. Ah, the author's purpose. It's all about PIE, the acronym PIE. Persuade. The author tries to get you to do something or believe what he is saying. For example, this pie is so delicious you will want to buy one right now. Pies are on sale today for $3.99. What a great price. So these are all examples of advertisements like for McDonald's or a sale or Chick-fil-A or like here is an advertisement to vote. Inform. The author gives you information about a topic. So the author wrote the book to inform. For example, the average American eats 6 slices of pie each year. Pie has been around since the ancient Egyptians. So informational text teaches us facts and gives us information. Or the author may write the book to entertain. The author tells us a story that we will enjoy. For example, one day I was picking blueberries for a pie, and a big hairy bear snuck up behind me. Or explain. The author gives us directions or steps on how to do something. For example, first preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Next, place the pie crust in a pan, add apple, sugar, and cinnamon, and bake for 20 minutes. So these are examples of cookbooks. Main idea. The main idea is what a text is mostly about. Look at the title and the pictures. Sometimes the main idea is in the first and last sentence. And look for clue words repeated over and over. Main idea. So here, we went over the pie because why did the author write penguin chick? The author wrote the text to persuade, inform, or entertain the reader. What was his main or her main purpose? Well, it was to inform, to give information to the reader. And it is mostly about how, what is it mostly about? The whole book. It's mostly about how penguin parents work together. Would you agree that the whole book is mostly about how penguin parents work together? That is the main idea. And then down at the bottom, we're going to restate the main idea. It says, in conclusion, the author wants us to learn about how penguins take care of a chick. So if I have this cut and paste activity, I usually have you cut the main idea and the conclusion. And then we paste the sentences to go with each of the pictures. So that's why we did the main idea and the conclusion because they are the same thing. So it's mostly about how penguin parents work together. Here are 4 details or facts that support the main idea of the passage. So we're going to read 4 facts that support how penguin parents work together. First, if you look closely at this picture, what do you notice or see? And I'll read it to you. The penguin mother and father keep the egg warm on their webbed feet. That is one of our vocabulary words, webbed. Otherwise, that's another vocabulary word, the egg might get cold and die. So first, the penguin mother and father keep the egg warm on their webbed feet. Otherwise, the egg might get cold and die. So that supports how the main idea that penguin parents work together. Second, what do you notice or see in the second picture? The penguin mother slides on the slippery ice to get to the ocean. Once there, she swims in her waterproof coat to hunt for fish. And I believe slippery was another one of our vocabulary words, but I didn't underline it. So, second, the penguin mother slides on the slippery ice to get to the ocean. Once there, she swims in her waterproof coat to hunt for fish. And again, the penguin parents are that supports the main idea because the penguin parents work together. While the mom goes off, the penguin dad is back in the nursery or in the huddle with the egg or the penguin chick. Let's look closely at the third detail. Look closely at the picture. What do you notice? Third, once the mother gets home, she trumpets and the baby whistles back. She feeds the chick with fish from her stomach. Remember, they eat fish or krill. So, third, once the mother gets home, she trumpets and the baby whistles back. She feeds the chick with fish from her stomach. And then again, once the mom gets back, the dad works together because he hasn't eaten for up to 2 months. And he goes out and goes fishing and brings back food for the baby. And finally, fourth, what do you notice or see in this picture? At 5 months old, the chick becomes a junior penguin. It can now swim with a waterproof coat and steer with its feet. So at 5 months old, the chick becomes a junior penguin. It can now swim with a waterproof coat and steer with its feet. In conclusion, the author wants us to learn about how penguins take care of a chick. So see if you can read this with me. Retell of Penguin Chick. The author wrote the text to inform the reader. It is mostly about how penguin parents work together. Here are 4 details or facts that support the main idea of the passage. First, the penguin mother and father keep the egg warm on their webbed feet. Otherwise, the egg might get cold and die. Second, the penguin mother slides on the slippery ice to get to the ocean. Once there, she swims in her waterproof coat to hunt for fish. Third, once the mother gets home, she trumpets and the baby whistles back. She feeds the chick with fish from her stomach. Fourth, at 5 months old, the chick becomes a junior penguin. It can now swim with a waterproof coat and steer with its feet. In conclusion, the author wants us to learn about how penguins take care of a chick. Thank you, boys and girls, for doing the retell of Penguin Chick after going over the oral retelling cards. And I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.